y'all, and welcome to the Sanctuary for Self. I am Raven, and as you can see, we have made some changes, some developments, some clarifications to the channel. It has been a while since I have came here to read for you all and just be a vessel and beacon of light and truth. And I'm so grateful to have carved out the time to show up again in this space. So here's a few announcements before we get started. For one, as you can tell, we are the Sanctuary for Self, where astro intuitive guidance and wisdom is gifted for, it's bigger than personal development. It's more so for soul growth. So I will be doing various messages moving forward, whether it's for specific seasons, whether it's for the moon, whether it's for just general daily wisdom that is on my heart, and ancestral answers, just guidance from a space of gifting soul wisdom. So the intention is that whatever wisdom that you take from these moments and videos, you apply them to you, to your life path, when you see fit, as you see fit, and as I come across your TV, phone screen, YouTube, however. Many of you have been following me personally on Instagram at EmpressRaven_, and I'm so grateful to have you over there. Others of you know me from my herbal video with smoke blends, and you end up following Zane Organics, which is another part of our brand that is a part of the Sanctuary for Self, where we intuitively, intimately, and in integrity, I guess, use our mind, body, soul products, our Zane Organics products, to really tap in further. And so we do things from massages and mudras to yoni steaming to smoke blends, and just creating experiences based off products that we need to help align on our path. So yes, the products do align with the messages, and the messages does align to yoga. And so now that I'm into this arena, I want to clarify that XO Yoga will definitely be making a debut on Instagram soon, and very soon, as well as a playlist for yoga classes, flows, meditations, things of that nature that continue this infinite cycle of honoring the self, knowledge of self, and showing up in our true God body form. That's another reason why our infinity sign is a major part of our brand, our logo, and what we truly represent, which is infinite source energy. So now that the idea, the mission, and the gist of what the Sanctuary of Self is clarified, welcome. Send this to a friend. Please be sure to not only be here to consume insider information, but to also give. So I would love for you all to comment, thumbs up the videos, share it with a friend, add me, bro. Possibly join us on Patreon or our virtual yoga studio, as it is coming into this space-time reality as well. But yes, let's keep it a buck and make sure it's an exchange from this moment moving forward. So as I show it for you in this way, please feel free to, like I said, thumbs up so this message can be more popular and seen through the YouTube algorithm. Leave a comment if it resonates with you. Be sure to explore the links below in the description box to see what else we got cooking and how we're just growing and connecting more intimately with each other. So yeah, now that that's over, we're gonna dive in, okay? So go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. Now sink into receptive mode, okay? To dive into this insight that Spirit is bestowing upon us for Gemini season. So yes, happy birthday, Gemini. As you all know, Gemini is a mutable air earth sign that is flexible, that is sociable, that is very communicative, and as well as charming, as well as dual. So we'll be really seeing duality duality at play during this season. The light, the dark, the yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the both and, perspectives and possibilities, new ways of going about things and handling situations, being more vocal and verbal, being more expressive, authentically expressive at this time. As you all know, we do have quite a few transits happening just in the upcoming days. That's another reason why I wanted to make sure I showed up fully in this moment, because we are a few days in of Saturn going retrograde in Aquarius. Saturn representing a planet of restriction as well as structure, limitations, and it's in Aquarius. So that is a sign of the God body, a sign of community as the full collective head. And so Saturn going retrograde shall be definitely uprooting a few agreements that we have made, some structures, some things that we as a collective can no longer be in agreement to. And so Saturn retrograde definitely lasts for a few months, if I'm not mistaken, well into the fall. And we have Mercury going retrograde on the 29th until June 22nd. And as you know, we have a pre-shadow, which is a week before, so we're actually feeling the effects of Mercury retrograde, and we shall be clearing out of it a week after June 22nd. So Mercury retrograde is also a great time for inner reflection, for you to look at existing manifestations or just processes and see how can you potentially come about this in a new angle, from another perspective, more of a bird's eye view type of thing. It's crazy how we have to go, it's divine how we have to go in to reflect on ourselves, to zoom out and to really get a broader look at where we are exhausting our time, energy, and attention to. As you all know, things such as cars, flights, time, text, miscommunication will be a theme at this time. So it will be asking us to slow down, to say what we mean and mean what we say, to communicate more efficiently at a time where it's assumed that miscommunication is just a thing. It's because we have to be present, we have to be here and now, so we can end these cycles of going round and round and clean up the way in which we go about life in general. And who better than Gemini to give us a kick in the ass and be like, listen, I'm going to say it once and I'm going to say it one time only. And so shout out to Geminis for being authentic into themselves at every given moment and showing us the way to say it with our chest, okay? And love ourselves like Kanye loves Kanye. So yes, let's dive into the cards, okay? Let's dive into the cards. Oh yeah, we also have a full moon in Sagittarius, which, at full moons, the sun and the moon oppose each other. So Sagittarius is opposite Gemini. We have a lot of reality shifting, I feel, happening. Yeah, it's a great time to be alive and present in the body, to carry the torch on to the next phase. And the next phase will be into the cardinal season of summertime with Cancer. So as of right now, it's time to say what you mean what you say, and say with your chest, to clean it up and to just really be in this space of here and now. So let's dive right in. We have the first card of framework here for Gemini season. Here and now, okay? And it can't get no better than that. Here and now is letting us know Gemini season is gonna have us very present in our motives and our intentions and how we move, why we go about things, the way we do it, and to really have us feeling where we are. If you are hung up in the past, Mercury retrograde is going to show you how much you are clinging to an illusion of the past. And as again, I stated on my Instagram page, the card pull of today in particular was Duat, the underworld, the 4th and 5th hour. Dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is what we are collectively experiencing. That is where we are here and now. So in actuality, we are in transition. We are at the lowest point of the cycle at this time, where we have to sit in this present moment in order for us to see, okay, how we need to go about cleaning this up. And so on the individual level, you're experiencing a level of darkness where you are seeing where your light needs to be activated, where you can give another perspective, a level of optimism, a level of healing to this aspect of yourself around these ideas you have about yourself, around these agreements, around these structures that you have about how you do what you do and why you do it, when you do it, and who you do it with. Okay, it's a very I feel opportune time to stop playing about your purpose, like to just really be done playing with how you operate and the energy in which you're operating from. I feel a lot of people are very aware of the trauma that they are sitting in, because their world will be an expression of the relationship they have with it. And others of us will be sitting in our anxiety of the future, because our expressions and relationships with it will be what we are surrounded with. And so here we are being told during Gemini season to birth the here and now in this present. Like the present is all that's matter. The present is where everything, as you can see, she's sitting on an egg. She's sitting on life. You know what I mean? It's like this life force energy. And there's a flag that says, you are here. You are here. You are here right now. Yes, in the midst of this dark night of the soul. Whether you're used to this process or not, this is where we are, here and now. Okay? Right here, right now. This is it. This is it. And this is what's real, and this is what is true. These moments of right now. The past and the future are both forms of illusion. One is just far out ahead of you, and the other one has already happened. But the only way that the future becomes the now is right now, because you're actively creating the future. And so it's a very clear message of, we've been here before. We're not a stranger to this part of the cycle, this part of the transition. Round and round is letting us know that we have the wisdom. We have the wisdom to actually carry us through this last leg. And when I say this last leg, I'm referring to this part of the story that we innately feel has had to happen. Like, you've known deep down inside, you know, that voice that keeps getting smaller and smaller. You've known deep down inside who you know yourself to truly be, that bigness that exists. But do you do things that align with connecting to that version of yourself, which is your soul, which is your higher self, which is your best self, which is your full self? How are you in relationship with that voice? And being that Mercury is retrograde and we are in the side of a mutable air sign, communication from our guides, spirit guides, ancestors, as well as opposing communication, psychological warfare, things that you'll be seeing on your feed that your subconscious will be bringing to the forefront. All of these things, whether it's opposition or alignment, will be communicated to us and through us. Now, what we choose to take hold to and keep playing tango with is literally up to you, because your free will. You got to understand, with Gemini, with the twins, you have the ego and the will. You have the things that connect you and separate you, all right here in conversation with your heart, in your etheric body, in your spiritual body, and in your physical body. Everyone is communicating. All aspects of you is communicating. And so the goal, and for this to be in the middle, I feel like what we're being asked to do is to get so still in the heart to allow silence to be the loudest in the mind, at a time where in reflection is literally catered to. It's ideal. The energy is going to be here to support this introspective space of mind, introspective state of mind, okay? Because we have to go about this from a bird's eye view, so we can look at what it is that we're experiencing from another perspective, so that we can shine light. As I said, light is peace after revolution, okay? This is the part where, on an individual level, before we can collectively go about this, when we are really getting clear and stern on how we show up in our authentic expression and live in the light, to stay plugged into the light. And if like, okay, I'm just not stepping into my light, what does that look like? Let me start therapy. Let me start this healing process. Let me pay attention to these people, to these guides, to these way showers that have been creating space and opportunity for this level of development, healing, and clarity to support me on my life's journey of evolution. And that's how once we get clear on those areas and stop allowing the monkey mind to just keep us in this cycle of going around and around, same stuff, different day, not learning lessons, not completing cycles, not finishing strong. Now you get clear on that. You allow the reality of that to sit in during Gemini season, in the present moment. And the only way that you can capture this, the only way that you can capture these areas in which you keep doing the same stuff different day, expecting a different result, which is aligning with the energy of insanity, aligning with the energy of illusion, aligning with the energy of falsehood. The only way that you can grab hold to that is to get here and now. The only way that you can really embody that harsh reality. For some of us it will be a harsh reality, but for others it will be a place of confirmation or a stroke of clarity or an epiphany. It just depends on where you are with your level of awareness of your journey. That's when you can grasp it and stop this cycle of just continuing on in these behavior patterns, thought patterns, relationships, and situations that are only a reflection of what you refuse to what? Clean up. Clean up. So we'll be cleaning up. And it's so divine how we have numbers 32, 25, and 21. Because sometimes the only way to is through, but you have to double back sometimes. Sometimes you have to double back. Sometimes you got to go back and cross the T and dot the I, or erase a word altogether for you to come into more of a smooth alignment, or just a clearer perspective or point of view, space and time. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, but as we are essentially taking a few steps back, like again, we're taking these steps back because now we're having a bird's eye view on it. You do have to step back to zoom in. You do have to step back. You do have to pull your energy back from the outside world. You do have to step back. You have to call all your power back to you and step into a space of what? In reflection, in order to what? Zoom above, fly higher, rise above it, to see it from another perspective. You do have to take some steps back. You do have to breathe deeply. You do have to slow down. And again, the energies of Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde are actually supporting this because it is time to clean it up. Gemini season, with all these transits, the full moons, and all the things that's happening, you got to understand this energy is always supporting us. The universe has our back. The universe is in love with us. But if you have to be on that side of your divinity to even honor that level of devotion that the universe has with you, and kinship that you have with the universe, because the entire universe is within you. Okay, so Gemini season is going to communicate to us things that we like and dislike, and be able to see both sides of all coins, be able to see both sides, both perspectives, and allow them to be both and. This is the both and time. So be fluid like the Gemini mutable air sign. Be willing to ride the waves, and this is less about an emotional wave and more about an intellectual one. Do not allow the monkey mind, every thought, to have you in this space of fidgetiness, or in this space of ungroundedness. You can be present and witness. It's also time of the observer, time of, you know what I mean, you to see how you communicate your gifts differently at this time, or a way in which you will be communicating your gifts differently. But that is pretty much the framework of Gemini season. So we're gonna do a spread to dive deeper and just to clarify more power, more vibes that we'll be tapping into on a collective level at this time of Gemini season. So shout out to Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th house. Shout out to just the Gemini that exists with all of us. And I have definitely been listening to other people channel about this time, or just the energy of the Gemini. And I love this perspective of how we all have our Gemini, and our Gemini is like we have that will and the ego. And so your Gemini is also your higher self. It's also that perspective of truth, the sword of truth. You know what I mean? That's part of that daily armor, the messenger, which we are ambassadors of when we are aligned with this frequency and knowingness of our divinity, you know, and actually exercising it from the higher self. So shout out to all of us whose Geminis are very present in the form of our higher self, that are using this same time to get more intimate and clarify and connect to ourselves on the full spectrum. All right, so we're gonna let this stay out. We had the Two of Swords come out, Two of Wands come out in terms of where we are called to tread. The Two of Wands is, again, that air energy. Wow. Two of Wands, this is where we are called to tread. This is treading life. This is a contemplating energy. As you can see, she's surrounded by the world, but she's taking her time to see where exactly she's about to wander to. Someone that is able to be able to be present on the micro, while present in her introspective space, present in the micro of it all, like one with it all, while able to see the vastness and the broad nature of everything around her. Two of Wands is a card of contemplation and caution, but I'm also getting this energy of potential obsession, potentially, you know, boxing yourself in or choosing to isolate. And it just depends on what is really true for you at this time, because some of us do need to isolate in order to get introspective, and others of us do need to just step outside a few. When I say step outside, I mean really step outside the comfort zone, in terms of before you can manifest it physically and make that move, you have to already be in agreement with it mentally. You have to already be calling in this energy of wanting to move outside. So it's like making up your mind to take these leaps, to make these new agreements. Okay, that's what we're asking. The path where this is where we're being called to tread, and it's right under this round and round card, really giving this energy of, okay, it's time to call a spade a spade. It's time to see exactly where I am with it and why. Okay? To see myself clearly right now, here and now, in this present moment on my path. Am I clinging to the past? You see, she's holding on to this somewhat of a little box that she has herself in. She's holding on to it. And she's thinking hard about, should I or shouldn't I, will I or won't I? It's a time of just very intimate decision making, and these decisions should be made based on what truly sets you free down this path of righteousness. What truly sets you free. I feel it's a strong need to look up from your phone, to look up and to look out at life, to not be so sunk in, or just be so you're in the mind and you're not in the emotion. So you're not making this from an emotional space. Like I said, this is a lot of mental energy here, and to not be heavily influenced by social media or the media in general, what's going on in that world. A lot of us are very empathic and need to be mindful of how much energy we pour into that, or if we are on it, how can we let it work for us, opposed to allowing it to work us and deplete us of our vital life force energy. So these are some of the questions that we need to that we're being asked to hold to the forefront, to make a priority in our perspective. Where do we need to be placing our mental energy at to be clear on our physical move forward? So what obstacle is crossing this introspective time? What energy is presented to us during this Gemini season that can potentially be an obstacle or challenge in terms of gaining this level of mental clarity? More wands. And y'all see how it flew out? Messages. It's a lot. It's a lot of messages coming through. It's a lot going on. It's the mental space. So Gemini season could definitely, for some of us, unfortunately, be showing us how our mental state of mind is just very unhealthy. Some of us might be experiencing mental breakdowns, diagnosed with bipolar, or having some type of schizophrenic type of energy, because, and that's just real and true, especially in the indigenous collective, because of our highly spiritual body. And so messages, communication, a lot of mental mayhem could cross us up on this clear move, or just being able, and it's all under this round and round energy. I feel like this comes with the territory of the dark night of the soul, of the purge of the mind. And I feel like a lot of these messages are going to be a battle between the ego and the will, because we are literally being asked to dissolve that egoic self. The dark night of the soul is us stepping into a level of awareness that the ego has no parts in, that we've shed, and it comes due to and with this energy of darkness, because we have to let it go. We have to finally divorce these things that we have built up off false identities, or things that are just not real. A lot of how we have been operating as a collective and on an individual scale are not based off of things that are of truth and righteousness. And so therefore it's a pull for your mental body and energy and attention to either make agreements that will align you with the path of freedom and peace, or with agreements that have you more stuck in the past or the future. But I feel like the best advice in the way through this 8 of Wands energy to really hone in on this 2 of Wands level of introspection is to ground ourselves here and now and be present, and just to take all of this insight and know exactly like this is what comes with the territory, and to not cling on to everything that our mind is literally whirling through. And again, this is major Gemini energy. This is major Mercury energy. This is the energy of the time. So for some reason, my right hand is very hot right now. My right hand is just very hot right now. So don't be out here slapping nobody. Don't be out here, clinging to. Like, release these things. Do not cling, release. Okay? Be mindful of the energy that you are giving away. Okay? Let's dive deeper and see what will be learned, or how knowledge will be best applied at this time. What are we learning through this Gemini season, through this Mercury mayhem? Because this is definitely giving high level spiritual, psychological, physical communication, just talking, just receiving information, maybe sensory overload, okay? And clean it up. Remember, the goal here is to clean it up. The goal here is to clean it up. The goal here is to clean it up, okay? Okay. So for the Six of Pentacles here, to come out in the space of to know what will be learned, to how our knowledge will be best applied, is in this balanced energy of giving and receiving. Is in this balanced energy of I want to say bestowing or being bestowed upon. I like this because again, it's Gemini season. This is letting us know, like, physically how we'll be integrating this is to see the balance between the information we say we're taking in and the insight and wisdom that we're putting out. Again, watch the energy that you are giving. You have to be present in order to give or to receive. So it definitely highlights that the knowledge or the insight that we will be gifted will help us be more in this balanced space of receptivity as well as servitude, which is the Virgo, which is the sister, Mercury ruled sign here. It's also giving me that we'll be stepping in the space of knowing, oh wow, and this is right up under clean it up. Once that fog is cleaned up, you'll be able to be in a space of balance where giving and serving comes naturally and easy for you, for us all, where we're able to be present with our gifts. Be present with our gifts and happily give to others. So whether it's your business that'll be clarified, just your personal, your life mission, I feel like this will be a great time to create a personal mission statement for yourself and for your businesses or whatever it is that you're giving your energy to at this time. For the mission statement will be clear now. And once your mission is clear, your vision becomes even clearer. So I think we'll be receiving a clearer vision that will help us align more authentically to our mission. And that is also the energy of giving and receiving. We're being gifted a clearer vision so that we can give on our mission with more clarity. And so know that this insight, this information, this level of cleansing that has to happen in order for you to move more authentically in this energy moving forward, it has to happen. And it's a major message of the here and now, because as you can see, the Six of Pentacles, she cute with her boots, but she's planted. She's here. So we'll be doing a lot of integration from the ethers into the physical body during this time of Gemini season. And that's what it's for, because again, Cancer is next up, and that is cardinal mode. That is initiative mode. That is also the beginning of summertime, where we're stepping into a new season, initiating. And so in order for us to know how, before we can move, we have to know how we finna move. So Gemini season is letting us know exactly what is crossing us up, what thoughts, what beliefs, what patterns, the people that we are in heavily communication with, the people that we follow, the things that we digest and take as our own at this time is being highlighted during this Gemini season, because it's either keeping you in the past or it's placing you in the future. And the only way for you to stop going round and round is to get here and now and clean it up. Clean it up. Clean up your vibration. Clean up your auric field. Clean it up. Clean it up. So we're being asked at this time to go beyond ourselves and express courage in this specific way. The universe is daring us to go beyond ourselves and express our courage. We have the Ten of Wands. Wow. And it actually came out reversed. The universe is daring you to let your burdens down. The universe is daring you to shed all of these egoic ways, all of these ways of perception, the things that your ego has built, in this falsehood energy, in this energy of unrighteousness, in this energy that has no space for peace, clarity, and just high vibrational functioning to exist. The universe is daring you to let it all go. The universe is daring you to stop claiming, holding onto all of these things, all these thoughts, all these ways, all of these projections. Okay, the universe is saying, look, I dare you to go beyond your thoughts. I dare you to go beyond the mind and step into awareness. And isn't that the result of the dark night of the soul? To what? Go beyond the things that the mind has made up. Go beyond the things that the mind thinks or has conjured to be real. And to step into something so much deeper than the mental body. So much deeper than your thoughts. Because your thoughts create things, and if you take them all on, you end up in this energy of 10 to 1. So the universe is like, I dare you to go beyond your thoughts and be. And as you be, you're in this place of knowledge of self where your existence is enough, your gifts is enough, your knowing is enough, and your presence in your heart, in your soul, in your everything is enough. And so the universe during Gemini season is like, I dare you to trust and let it all go. The fact that it's nothing. We got 2, 8, and 10 wands. We have nothing but this energy. This is really beautiful. Let's clarify this 10 of wands reverse. Another way to that, to quieting the mind in an easier way to grow through this dark night of the soul. Universe says, baby, take a nap. Rest. Receive this rest. Receive this rest. Look, 24, which goes right in between our trajectory of 25 and 21. Boom. Sometimes stepping out of the mental mayhem and the monkey mind on your way to cleaning it up is to just take a nap, to receive rest, to give it all a break. And if you are of a Mercury rulership like me, I'm ruled by Mercury because of my Virgo rising. I manifest so much when I sleep because I'm not in resistant mode. I'm in receptive mode. You are in receptive mode when you allow yourself to receive rest. And so during this dark night of the soul, during all this monkey mind or Mercury mayhem energy, taking a nap will better serve you. Because if it's not 100% yes, then it's a no. And a lot of what we will be purging will be, when we are purging from the mental body, that can get very exhausting. So it's this inner reflective time with Mercury retrograde. It's this time to just slow it down to what? Take it back so you can fly above and have a different perspective. And then from that perspective, you're able to clean it up and move with a clear vision on your mission, okay? So I love how this continues to create such a sweet symphony for us during Gemini season, because again, these energies are serving us. This is all for the greater good, and you have to keep that in mind. Like, nothing is happening to you, everything is happening for you. So this is where we need to place our focus and intent. How do we need to express determination through all of this? Oh, my right ear is ringing. I love it. I love the Pentacles, honey. As a fellow Capricorn baby, I love to see it. And this is it. Where we need to place our focus and intent. How will we express determination? The Nine of Pentacles is a card and an energy of independence. as well as presence, as well as harvest. Is giving me this energy of being surrounded by our manifestations, but as well as the things that we have birthed. Okay, so if I take it a step further, it's giving me this wisdom, this insight. As you can see, she has a bird on her head, so the spirit guides are very present. So our energy needs to be connecting with source, with our spirit team, with our guidance system, with our spirit animals, at this time, and claiming our authentic expression in a very independent way that births fruits of our labor. So to really bring it on around, I feel like Source is telling us to ground ourselves in our purpose, in things that produce, in our passions. What are you passionate about? Your focus and intent needs to be on things that you are naturally interested in. And a lot of people don't realize that sometimes what makes you money and what you like and what your purpose is are not one or the same. Like you can love, it's like this energy of like you can love a lot of things, but you need to focus on what you naturally can produce in a productive manner that you're also passionate about. So it's like in Gemini season, where so much can be interesting, where so much can be, oh my gosh, just a wonder of the world. Our intent needs to be on what we are. And Nine of Pentacles has been like for the long haul. Like this is already emotion. The things that we already have in motion. Okay? This is something that we've over time have already been in. But I feel like our energy, as we're cleaning up, we're cleaning up, like again, the cleaning up, we're getting clarity on the vision and the mission. And for us that have already been committed to this lifestyle, this purpose-driven life, your energy and intent needs to be surrounding those things. And how can you make it more fruitful? How can you gain even more financial freedom? How can you position yourself to where an extension of what you are already passionate about brings in even more return on investment? There we go. Took me a minute, but I got it. All right. I love this energy that we have here of just bounty, of stepping into our birthright, because these are all birthright giving energies. This is all energy that's like innately within. So with this Nine of Pentacles going from the 6 to 9 of Pentacles, it's just like it's such a sweet song. And so I need be mindful that although this will be chaotic for the mental body, it's all here to create more physical freedom, to create more independence. A mission statement, personal mission statement, business mission statement, and daydreaming, napping, dream channeling what an ideal day in the life looks like for you. living this righteous, purpose-driven path. That's it. That energy is very supportive. Allowing that to help you lay these other mental burdens down and shed them through this dark night of the soul process. Look, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Don't let it kill your vibe. Don't let these cycles that you gotta clear out these cycles so you can stop killing your own vibe. To be fair. To be fair. To come into balance. To come into clarity. To step into it. Don't forget the wisdom that you have, because you've done this before. Where you are now was also a place that you had hoped to be at a certain point. So you've been through this dark night of the soul before. You've been through this process of purging before. Do it again. Release one more time. Step into it one more time. Until the next time. Because that's exactly how it's going to keep on. Until then, this is what's happening now. So in what ways will we need to have restraint or refrain during Gemini season? In what ways will we need to practice restraint or refrain? Uh-oh, who's calling me? Queen of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Practice emotional restraint. Okay? It's a very charming time, a very social time, a very it's a time of more of a mental release. So I do think if an emotional release or it's you need to practice emotional maturity then during this time. Okay? And with this Nine of Wands energy presenting itself, I feel like there's no need to be defensive. There's no need to cling on to old ways of being. So be mindful of defending your honor from a space of resisting change. Maybe what you have honored and what you are defending was built up only from the ego. And now it's time to release that. It's time to practice restraint in terms of holding on so dearly to an idea of yourself. Because you're ever growing. You're ever evolving. You're ever learning. Okay? And so we need emotional restraint as well as that mental resistance, resisting change, refusing to think new thoughts, refusing to affirm new beliefs, refusing to make agreements that are in alignment with where you are going opposed to where you have been. Okay? Gemini season, like I said, we have some Mercury mayhem, but Gemini is gifting us with some beautiful gems. Gems of clarity of the vision and the mission, as well as gems of prosperity and independence and more financial freedom within our passion. So, happy Gemini season. Enjoy the Mercury mayhem. Don't get swept up by it, but of course honor it and allow new visions, ideas, and thoughts of self as well as this earth experience, this human experience, to bestow upon you some lightheartedness. Remember, love yourself like Kanye loved Kanye. Okay? Be all the things. And know that When you make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally. Support will surround you and movements will form. That's what we are attracting. Happy Gemini season. If you like to book a personal with me, if you like to connect more deeply and intimately, or enter the sanctuary of self through our new offerings that will be clarified in the description box below, please feel free to do so. Again, an energetic exchange is always welcome in terms of my Cash App and PayPal, or just shopping the XO cupboard, as well as giving this video a thumbs up, giving me a comment to let me know if this helped you along your way of getting clarity of what Gemini season will be presenting to you, as well as sharing it with a friend. So thank you so much, and I will catch you in the next